Hey, Crosswatchers for Leo. Welcome to your November cross-watching edition. We're going to see what's going on. Those of you curious about a Leo, you're dealing with a Leo in your life, we're going to see what's happening. The reading is being done high vibration, guys. We're not spying. We're not, throwing shade, spilling tea, none of that. I'm asking for the information to come in that's going to bring about healing, that's going to bring about, what's in the best and the highest good of everybody involved. We want good energy here. We want healing. We want to build each other up. This is from a place of positivity. And it's going to be more what you need to know, okay? Like, it's going to be directed to the Crosswatcher, okay? So we're going to see what's happening. I'm using this deck here. It's an oracle deck. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. Sadly, it's discontinued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I like using it because it helps go into the deeper layers. And I feel, in the fall time, people get a little bit deep. So let's go. Let's see what's coming up. All right. Those of you dealing with a Leo, you have passion coming up here as kind of the foundation or the theme of the month. So this is going to mean a few different things for different ones of you. For some of you, this is coming in with the energy or in the way of like if, say, there's been this chemistry between you and a Leo and you're wondering when are they going to make their move or are we going to end up being together. This is saying that November is a pretty good chance that things are going to start moving forward. And when they do, they're going to move forward fairly quickly, okay? Like it can get heated fairly quickly. Those of you that are dealing with a Leo where you're in a relationship with this person, or maybe you all have been together for a while, this is letting us know that you may be coming into the energy with this person where you are going to be rekindling that spark, getting that fire back, getting that heat back, okay, getting that excitement back into the relationship. Now, those of you that say, like, you're watching this video because maybe some Leo broke your heart and you just kind of feel like there's a lot of unfinished business and you're just wondering, okay, is somebody new going to come in? Is Leo going to come back? Like, what can I do to get out of this weird little limbo that I've found myself into? Well, I've seen this card come up over the years that Spirit says that you're going to attract a new relationship or you're going to attract closure or healing in that relationship as you're connecting with your passion. Now, this clearly is showing us a very, romance novel type of passion. This is showing us like a sexual passion. But, if you're wanting more passion in your life or if you're just wanting to manifest, you got to get that fire back. You got to get your spark back. And when I say it's time for you to connect with your passion to break this little dry spell, it's not going to happen necessarily by you don't have to go doing things that you think are going to make you quote unquote sexier or, you don't have to change who you are. You just have to get into what you're really passionate about. Okay, and you might not know, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Well, every day take steps to do things that make you feel good or cheer you up. If it's appreciating the beauty in the small things, if it's finding something that makes you laugh, these are the little steps you're going to take that little by little are moving you towards joy and then getting you back into hobbies and interests and things like that. And this is going to shift the energy or shift the vibration or remove the block so that your relationship line can be moving forward or flowing without that stuck kind of energy. Okay, this is a general reading. The cards are going to apply in different ways for different ones of you. That's why I try to go over the different scenarios because every single one of you are not in the same exact situation. But you are dealing with a Leo where there's a strong physical connection. I want you to know this. This might be one of the reasons why, if you feel like they're being a little bit distant or you feel like maybe they're taking things slow, they just might be in this energy where they can't get enough of you, and it may be making them feel like, you know what, let me kind of pace myself here. Let me take this slow. They might be in this situation where you're making them crazy. You're just really doing it for them and they're trying to pace themselves, right? And they might be having a hard time resisting. Something kind of similar came up for Cancer where they were more they were wanting to take things slow. But this card tells me that this is the kind of passion that can become all consuming, like just on fire for you. And so if, they're either all in or they're being like trying to kind of stay away. I don't think they're going to be able to stay away because of the next card, however. You've got past life relationship, okay? You have known each other before. Now, I want to say a couple of things about this card, okay? This is one of the first decks I ever touched. It's not the first one, but it's one of the first ones, and it's one of the card decks that helped me learn how to read, because I was really afraid of tarot when I started. I was terrified of tarot at that time. Terrified of tarot. Say that 3 times fast. But what I've seen in the years working with this deck and with this card, this is going to be a situation or a relationship where you have a very, very intense past life connection, and a similar message did come up for other signs, but this one is different. This one is different. I don't know what the term is for this. I don't like to label it as a karmic soulmate because people get a really negative thing in their head when they hear karmic soulmate. Somebody can maybe offer up what kind of term they may have heard for it if it's a concept you're familiar with. But something I have seen come through meditation and through reading for people over the years, we have certain soulmates where it's very sexual. They're like sexual soulmates, or they're like physical soulmates that physical connection with them maybe in some way is very healing, or maybe in some way helps to release or work through or heal certain sexual insecurities, or maybe like sex is something that you or Leo has struggled with, or maybe it's something that like has been scary for either one of you, but this would be the kind of soulmate where you're learning that together, or this is someone that's helping you see that, hey, like this isn't a bad thing, or just someone where you feel comfortable that, hey, I can do that. I just heard the term vaginismus. I'm not trying to get all medical here, and I'm not a medical psychic. I'm not a medical medium, so when people schedule private readings with me, it even says when you schedule a reading with me, I can't diagnose anything in health. I'm not going to give you advice around health. That's not my expertise, but I just heard vaginismus, so maybe there's a similar thing for men or those with, different parts. But for women, that would be something where like they kind of really have a hard time, being able to have that kind of intercourse, because it feels very scary, and there's like nervousness and things where just like physically you can't make it happen. And so it's something that people sometimes go to therapy and things to heal. So I just heard that term, so maybe somebody watching this has had issues with that in the past, and so it could be that like there's a certain person that's coming in where it just feels comfortable for you. It just kind of feels like right for you, and it's happening in a natural way. Crosswatcher, I think some of you who are watching, more so than the Leo Crosswatcher, I think the Crosswatchers that are watching, some of you have really struggled with being physical with a person, or you've had kind of like it's been confusing for you to find your way in like physical intimacy, like how to be sexy, or how to connect, or like when to go for it and when not to go for it. And this person is helping you realize, or this Leo is helping you realize how that stuff just kind of happens naturally when it's with the right connection, where you don't have to force it, right? You don't have to make it happen. There's so much pressure on people, everybody in today's society. It doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, if you're middle-aged, if you identify as male or female or non-binary or whatever, there's so much pressure on people to be sexy, right? And to be having like these really like, out there kind of romantic or sexual lives. And so I think Crosswatchers, some of you have felt very intimidated by that, or you've just kind of tried to like find the balance. And this Leo soulmate is someone where you're finding it very naturally. It's not like a guessing game. It's not like a struggle. It's not like, oh, should I go? Should I not? What do I do? You don't have that confusion. So I don't know what the term for this kind of soulmate would be, or if there's an actual metaphysical term, but I have seen in reading for people over the years that many people will encounter a soulmate that's coming in specifically for the lesson around being comfortable in the body and being comfortable with that sexual kind of energy. So I feel like this is somebody that might be bringing in that kind of awakening. Okay, there's a lot of sexual energy here with this type of a soulmate. I will also say, when I have seen this card come up over the years for people in the past, you are dealing with someone where you guys are from completely different worlds, completely different backgrounds, but you feel at home with one another. Now, there's one card that's been the stalker card, and I'm kind of hoping it's not going to show up for you guys. I didn't think that it would. Okay. Because of this card, I'm going to tell you why. There's another past life card that comes up that says that you guys are connected because of the past life, but you're not meant to be together in this life or sometimes you're not meant to be together in this life because it's going to be hard because you guys are from completely different worlds or you have completely different paths. This one is not like that. This one is saying that in this life, you guys do come from completely different worlds, but on a soul level, you align in every other way. So other people might look at you, Crosswatcher, and look at Leo and be like, what? Like, you guys are together? Like, you guys are a couple? How? Like how did that happen? Like, you might not be people that people would imagine or put together, because you might have very different styles, or you might have very different personalities, or come from very different backgrounds or cultures or age difference or whatever the heck it is. You just might not be somebody or like a couple that two people would just guess, oh yeah, they're together, but you feel so at home with each other. You feel so connected. Whatever the difference is in upbringing, culture, age, whatever it is, you feel connected. You just feel like you all get each other. You understand each other. Okay, so this is a very significant connection. Next here we have finances and career. So financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Maybe you all are just so hot and bothered that somebody's having a hard time focusing at work, right? But no, I'm all joking aside. This is going to be more energy where you're dealing with a person who like they want to move forward with you, but they might not feel ready in their career, or they might not feel ready where they are with their finances currently. So you might be like, oh my goodness, everything is perfect here. We have this connection. We have this energy, like we're so meant to be together, and you might be thinking that you all are going to be like, running down the aisle and like getting married like in the next few months or something, or that it's going to move very fast. But there could be financial concerns where you all are having to take it a little bit slower than you would like, or this person is wanting to just be set up in a certain way before they're taking bigger, deeper steps in the relationship. If you are currently with this person, and if you are in this relationship with this person and they've felt distant to you, especially if it's somebody you've been with for a while, and you might be feeling like, well, hey, all this passion stuff sounds great, but they have not been passionate in a while, it could be that the finances is what's getting in the way. There's two kinds of ways that people react when they get stressed. There's some people where they're not in the mood for intimacy at all. When they're stressed, they're not in the mood at all. And for other ones, it's like when they're stressed, they're in the mood extra, right? And so there could be stresses and things that either way, it's going to be different for different ones of you. But you might find that either you're dealing with someone that just really wants this all the time, or they're kind of struggling. Even if it's been where things have been cold, or if you've been with this person a while and they seem distant, I still feel, even though this is saying finances and stress and things like that might be why they haven't been in the mood, I still feel something is happening in the month of November where you are going to be experiencing that heat and you are going to be experiencing that passion. Okay? But understand and know that this could be a factor for those of you that you haven't seen it in a while and you've been with Leo in a while. This could be a good reason why, is that there's just stresses financially. Those of you where you have all this passion, but the relationship just isn't moving as quickly as you would like, again, here is the reason: there's financial concerns. So next we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So this is telling us that this Leo has good intentions. Again, I want to say something, guys. This is a general reading, okay? This is a general reading. And it's not going to apply 100% to every single person. It's sad that I have to say this, but I have to say it because it comes up in the comments a lot when messages like this come in. If you're dealing with a Leo who has been physically, emotionally, mentally, physically, any way abusive to you at all, this is not saying that it's safe for you to open up to love to that person. It is saying it's safe for you to open up to love and to get away from that bad situation and go to places where you can receive help, right? That's a very extreme situation. The majority of you are hopefully not in that kind of situation. You're dealing with a Leo who you know is safe. They're not abusive. They're not, you know that this is a safe enough person. For those of you where you have that, this is telling us that this is a soulmate or somebody with a connection where they have good intentions towards you. Okay, and it's safe for you to give this a chance or to get to know them. Understand and know this, that no love is perfect, but this person seems to be coming into your life to help you open up and to let someone in. And I do feel, Crosswatcher, a lot of you, like I said, I feel like maybe you've kind of struggled with that kind of intimacy, or you've had a kind of a hard time finding your flow or finding your way. And this seems to be the kind of soulmate where you're learning to take these steps together. And this person is somebody who's coming in with a kind or gentle energy, a patient energy, albeit there's a lot of passion, so there may be a rush in that way, but at the same time, they're coming in with a gentleness. Okay, so that's what that feels like there, that there's a chance for you to grow here with this person. And I feel like I need to say this because there's somebody out there I feel that's going to be watching this, and I got scared. I just got scared for you. There's somebody out here watching this where you've been talking to people online, and there's a Leo and you all are gonna meet, and you're like, oh, wonderful, this is it, this person is safe. Please don't go meet that person at their house for the first time ever, or please don't go meet them in some dark, abandoned place, at like an awkward kind of time. If you're meeting somebody for the first time, even if this is a soulmate, even if this is somebody who's going to be safe, please be sure that you're doing it in a safe way, that you're doing it in public when there are other people around, where it's a safe time for you, and use your judgment, because these are general readings. So if something feels off or if something feels fishy, listen to that. Don't just say, oh, well, I saw this reader on YouTube and she said this person is safe and this is a great relationship. Guys, come on. If you know this Leo well, you guys have already been dating, you guys are already getting to know each other. That's a completely different scenario than somebody that you've never met who's a stranger online. I'm not telling you not to do online dating. I'm just saying, please be cautious if you're dealing with a Leo who you've not met yet. This card is not giving you the green light to just go show up at their house or meet them in a abandoned warehouse, at 2 a.m. somewhere, okay? This is not saying it's safe to do that. This is saying it's safe for you to open up and let somebody in emotionally and to get to know a person. That's what this is saying. All right, so the next card here, my dears, is releasing your ex, right? So this is wonderful energy. And this card used to scare me when it would come up, like in the beginning when I was first learning how to read. And if I would pull cards for myself and I would see this, it would scare me because I'd be like, oh my gosh, something is going to happen and I'm going to have to break up with this person and I'm not going to be able to let them go. And I would get scared when I was first learning how to read or before I knew how to just kind of calm those kinds of energies when I was still green. But this is telling us that a couple of things. For some of you, this Leo is a returning person, right? That passion is bringing them back to you. They're resurfacing. You all are reconnecting. But you may have in the past left things off in an unfinished way. and you may have left things off maybe where there was some bitterness or some resentment, and they're coming in this time with a safe way, like wanting to make amends or wanting to give this a chance. Now, you all may be getting together. If this Leo is an ex or somebody that you've been with on again and off again, you all may be coming together in November so that you both can get closure. You guys can both get your fill of one another. Like maybe, you know, have a few more times together and have some happy memories, and then be able to work the relationship out where you're parting in ways where you're not in this pain, right? Where you're parting in ways where like it's finished and it doesn't feel like there's any loose ends. It doesn't feel unfinished, and you're able to go into that next higher soulmate. Those of you that you've gotten out of a breakup or you've had past hurts, this Leo could be somebody who's kind of helping you get moving again. Because in the beginning of the reading, I did feel stuck energy. I was like, some of you are stuck, you need to get connected with your passion. So you may be dealing with that soulmate who's coming in and relighting that pilot light, turning that fire back on in you, because this is going to help you release a past hurt, right? So it's going to be different for different ones of you, but this is a connection, this is a relationship that is coming in to bring healing. Okay, and I feel it's a connection and a relationship that's coming in to bring you back into your body, to bring you back into the energy of being able to, you know, love each other, or connect with one another, or feel like safe or satisfied in a physical intimacy kind of setting. This is a very, very, the kind of connection, the kind of person you don't forget. And some of you will stay with this person. For some of you, this is your person. But if it's not your person, it's going to unfold in a way, or you have an opportunity for it to unfold in a way where you can look back and be very grateful and say, wow, I'm so glad I had that interaction with that person, because it prepared me for this other relationship that I would never have been able to be in if I didn't go through that process with that person. These are general readings. Okay, and the energy comes in different ways. To know exactly how it is for you, and if you can't afford a private reading, you can wait until the November love readings come up in the next couple of days, and you can watch the November love readings for their sign, for your sign, and maybe you can put in a little bit more information and see what resonates, or you can get a private reading, which, you know, I do have a lot of different options. I have affordable options as well. If you click on the Calendly link, it will take you to where you can schedule a private reading and just kind of see where your energy falls. But I do feel a lot of passion for you guys. Those of you dealing with a Leo, I feel a lot of passion. I feel a lot of healing. And I feel from the Leo energy, I'm feeling a lot of compassion. I really, really am. I'm feeling a lot of compassion from this Leo. So I just feel you guys have a very intense mutual affection for one another, like really caring about each other. So definitely potential here for life partner for long term, but circumstances are different for each of you, and they are general readings, so you may need a private reading just to see what it is for you. But I can say this Leo energy feels very loving to me, right? Crosswatcher, and the Crosswatcher energy feels to me like you all are in need of some gentleness right now, some passion and some gentleness. So I'm hoping the best for you guys, and I appreciate you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you a fabulous November, my dears.